Dark clouds hung low over the Guatemalan jungle in 1987. The air was thick with heat and death. Somewhere beneath the dense green canopy, men were dying. Not from bullets or blades, but from something else. Something they couldn't see, something that didn't bleed. Locals whispered about the devil who makes trophies of men. But this was no folklore. This was real. And its name among the stars was Savage, a Yautja of the Jungle Hunter clan. Captain Jim Hopper, a decorated U.S. Special Forces veteran, was called in by CIA operative Al Dillon for a Black Ops mission deep in the jungle. A covert chopper carrying American operatives had gone dark. The story was simple. The rebels shot it down. Hopper and his 6-man team were to retrieve any survivors, neutralize the hostiles, and exfil fast and silent. They flew in at dawn, blades of the helicopter slicing through mist as the jungle below swallowed them. Then they were alone. Just 7 men, armed to the teeth, and unaware they were being watched by something not of this earth. Hopper's team, Sergeant Ramirez, Lieutenant Connors, Mackey, Doyle, Jones, and Briggs, were hardened, seasoned killers. They weren't afraid of anything that bled. But as they pushed deeper into the jungle, a strange unease crept over them. They found the downed chopper mangled, doors torn off, bodies missing. No signs of an ambush, no bullet casings, no footprints. Just deep, unnatural claw marks etched into the metal fuselage. This wasn't rebels, Ramirez muttered. Something else did this. They pressed on, following what faint trail they could. But the deeper they went, the quieter the jungle became. No birds, no insects. Just the sound of boots on mud and the crack of branches beneath their steps. Then came the first death. That night, while making camp, Connors vanished. One moment he was there, setting tripwire. The next gone. No struggle, no scream, only blood dripping from the treetops and his rifle lying warm in the dirt. Panic set in. The next morning, the men moved faster, weapons ready, nerves frayed. They fired into the trees, at shadows, at heat mirages, at nothing. But something was watching them, something with eyes not like theirs. Through thermal vision, it tracked them, studied them, hunted them. Mackey was next. A sharp, burning blue blast tore through his chest from above. Plasma. The weapon left no room for survival. His body dropped, twitching, smoke rising from the gaping wound. Ramirez ran to cover and never made it. He was snatched into the canopy, gutted mid-air. A scream cut short. Blood rained down onto Jones's face as he looked up in horror. "We're being hunted," Hopper growled. "This isn't war, it's sport." Red, Doyle, Briggs, and Hopper were the last 3. They sprinted toward the river, toward possible extraction, but the creature was faster. It decloaked only once, briefly. A towering figure, armored, masked, with glowing eyes and wrist blades longer than a man's forearm. Red charged to buy time. He was impaled without mercy. His blood painted the rocks as his body was thrown aside like trash. Briggs and Hopper set up one final ambush using the last of their explosives. The blast sent the jungle into flames and smoke. But Savage emerged, limping, wounded, but very much alive. Briggs tried to take him down hand to hand but was overpowered and executed. His spine ripped clean from his back. Only Hopper remained, bloodied, exhausted, and broken. He turned to face his invisible enemy. He wasn't going to die with his back turned. "Come on," Hopper muttered, raising his fists. The predator decloaked. For a moment, time froze. The 2 warriors, one alien, one man, stared each other down. No guns, no tricks, just honor. Hopper charged. It ended in seconds. 2 days later, A dull roar of rotor blades thundered across the treetops as a blacked-out helicopter skimmed low over the jungle canopy. Inside sat a team of elite mercenaries: Dutch, Billy, Mac, Poncho, Blaine, and Hawkins, led by the stoic and battle-hardened Major Alan Dutch Schaefer. They were told the same lie Jim Hopper was fed: rescue mission, downed agents, local guerrilla threat. But as they descended into the humid abyss of the Guatemalan jungle, Dutch felt something wasn't right. There was a weight in the air. Not just heat or pressure, but something else. A silence deeper than death. They moved carefully through the underbrush, rifles raised, eyes scanning the tangled green ahead. Billy, the team's Native American tracker, knelt beside a patch of disturbed soil. He brushed his fingers across a deep boot print, then another, then drag marks. 6 men, Billy said, his voice low. Moved, in formation. American, military. They were tracking something. Dutch crouched beside him. Hopper's team? Billy nodded once, then frowned. But something tracked them. They followed the trail until it ended abruptly near a clearing choked by vines and bones. The stench hit him first, rotting meat and coppery blood. Then they saw it. 3 bodies hung high in the trees like grotesque ornaments. Upside down, skinned, muscles exposed, red and glistening, eyes wide open. The jungle had become a cathedral of death. Poncho gagged. Mac whispered, "What in God's name?" Dutch stepped forward slowly, squinting at the shredded remains. He pulled a rusted dog tag from the dirt. "Jim Hopper," he said, reading the name. The weight of it hit him like a punch. "He was a good man," Dutch murmured. "Braver than most. Didn't deserve this." There was no gunfire, no obvious battle scene, just annihilation. Billy scanned the tree line, his eyes narrowing. The jungle was silent again. "Something killed them. Something big," he muttered. "But not with bullets, no tracks, no shell casings. It moved through the trees." Dutch stared at the flayed corpses. "Skin 'em alive, Jesus!" Hawkins stepped forward, pale-faced. "What kind of rebels do that?" Billy looked him dead in the eyes. "This wasn't rebels." Mac gripped his weapon tighter. "Then what the hell are we walking into?" A low hum vibrated through the trees, a shimmer of movement overhead. Unseen, watching. The predator was still there. It had tasted the blood of warriors, and now new prey had entered its domain, more worthy prey. Dutch felt it in his bones, a creeping dread. The jungle wasn't empty. They weren't the hunters. They were being hunted. And the devil who makes trophies of men was not done. Not yet.